Hello, hello! It's Jay Scarfoni here, coming to you with this week's episode of tips and tricks on how to live your life without limits. And this week I want to talk to you about perfectionism and how it could be detrimenting your, is that even a word? Detrimental to your business? Gosh, and I'm meant to be a journalism student. Forgetting my words. Anyway, perfectionism and how it can be harming your business success and your progress in your business. And this is coming from someone who was an absolute perfectionist. I'm talking when I was in high school and university, I used to actually come home and spend a few hours rewriting the notes that I'd taken in class that day because they weren't neat enough and I needed them to be perfect. When I was working in the bank, I would spend hours of time doing work because I had to get my emails perfect. I had to get my cases perfect. And I would just do all this extra stuff that was unnecessary and completely burnt me out. And it wasn't until I started my online business that I got the best piece of advice I've ever been given. And I'm so grateful this was given to me early on, because otherwise I probably wouldn't even have started my business still. I'd still be sitting there going, nah, it's not perfect. It's not ready to launch. I can't do it yet. It needs to be perfect. So if you're one of those people that is sitting there thinking that, stop. Being perfect is completely wrong. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. And that is the biggest piece of advice I can give you if you want to be successful online. And it is my favorite piece of advice that I was given. Basically, my mentor said, Jade, stop worrying, stop trying to be perfect, just get started. And that was the best thing I was ever told. Yeah, I've changed my brand since I started. I've redone videos since I started. As I go, I learn and I grow and I adjust things and I keep getting better and better. But if I hadn't have launched all that time back then I'd be sitting here today still doing nothing probably, because I'd still be waiting for it to be perfect. I wouldn't have learned anything. I'd be stuck in that learning phase where I just keep trying to learn new things until I'm 100% confident that what I'm doing is perfect, and I would never have even launched my business, and I'd probably still be stuck in that bank job that I hated. So if there's one thing that you take from this video today, it's stop trying to be perfect. You have everything you need in front of you. All you need to do is just start. Put yourself out there and start. And this is why. I'm actually going to give you some reasons now why perfectionism is actually holding you back. Now first, before I go into all the reasons why perfectionism isn't a good thing, let's talk about the fact it's not bad to strive to be good at stuff, but perfectionism, being perfect, doesn't exist. There is no need to be perfect, and it's this mentality that society has put inside our heads. It's that pressure from parents, pressure from schools, pressure to get the best scores to get into university that has given us this mentality that we need to be perfect, but we don't. If you try to be perfect, you're not really being yourself and you're not doing yourself any favors. So yes, try to be the best you can be. Keep pushing, keep trying, but don't try to be perfect, because perfect doesn't exist around them. But okay, so these are the reasons why your perfectionism is holding you back. You can't take criticism. If you have somebody give you some sort of constructive feedback, you crawl up into this ball and you feel like they're attacking you. And I know this because I used to feel like that. I didn't want people to give me criticism. I didn't want people to give me feedback because I couldn't handle it, because I was fixated that I was already the best. I was doing everything right and there was no way I could be doing anything wrong. So when people used to tell me to do things in another way or give me some feedback to improve and make myself better, I used to run scared and take it really, really harshly, and it really got me down. So that is something you need to work on. People are giving you feedback and constructive criticism because they want to help you. They want to see you grow. They want you to be a better version of yourself. And they're just there to help you. So you need to learn to accept that feedback and value that feedback and do wonderful things with that feedback, because that's how you can grow and push yourself further. The other thing that being a perfectionist really causes you to fall back in is you put way too much time into tasks that you shouldn't be spending too much time on, because you're overthinking things. You're trying too hard to make it perfect, whereas what you had created probably 3 hours ago was good enough to put out there, but you've spent another 3 to 4 hours fixating on it and trying to make it better and better. And in doing that, you're just messing with your head, you're overthinking, and you're not being productive, and you're missing out on all these other tasks that you could be getting done. So you need to stop doing that to yourself. If it works, give yourself time limits, saying I'm giving myself 1 hour to do this, that's it. Once it's done, I'm launching it. Whatever I've got, I'm launching it. I don't care if it's not finished, I don't care if it's not perfect, I'm launching it. And that way you will put it out there, people will give you feedback, you can work on it later, you can change things later, but at least you've started and at least you've done something. So stop wasting time trying to make things perfect. And the other thing perfectionists struggle with is you are the biggest scaredy cats. That's the word that came to my head. I'm really not doing well with words today. But you guys have the biggest fear of failure, and I've spoken about fear of failure in another video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. But if you're trying to be perfect, then you're always going to be scared of failing. They don't work together. You need to get over that fear. You need to accept that things can't always be perfect, and you need to just do what you need to do to push yourself forward and put yourself out there and get your business started. So stop striving to be perfect, just strive to start. That's my tip for you today. I will speak to you all again next week.